girls, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing hair and makeup for today's video. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. You guys already know I always start off with hair first. The hair that I'm using today is from Ali Grace Hair Company. They sent over 4 bundles in a lace front, and I went ahead and turned it into this super cute wig right here. The lace front is already customized to my liking because I did wear this wig a couple of days before I started to film, because it's been a while since like I made a wig by myself. Like, it's been a really long time. So I was like, you know what, let me just, do a test run of this wig just to make sure that it like fits properly and everything's good, because it's been a hot minute since I've had to, like sew a wig together. But all went really well, so this is what the wig is looking like. So we're pretty much doing a reinstall. So these are the steps that I would follow if I'm reinstalling like an older wig. I would pretty much just do this process that I'm showing you guys here. So it's not too different from what I normally do. I pretty much use the same products and everything like that, do my edges, wrap it up, and then go ahead and like do my makeup and everything like that, and then style later. So I'm pretty much just going to let you guys watch, the process and everything like that, because we've seen me install a wig 100 gazillion times. It's kind of like, and none of my steps have changed thus far, so yeah. Anyway, but I did want to give you guys a little update on like what I did after I finished this look, because I did end up going out after I was done with my makeup and my hair and stuff, and it was super fun. It was me, my sisters, and my sister's boyfriend. We decided to go, have drinks and stuff like that afterward. I was feeling super cute and everything after I was done doing my makeup and stuff and my hair, and so I was like, you know what, we should just go out and like try to get some drinks or whatever. We didn't end up getting any drinks at all, because literally all the places that served alcohol were just like packed to the brim with people. And the crazy thing is like, it was a Wednesday. Like, it was a Wednesday, and literally every place that sold, an alcoholic beverage was just filled with people. And being the introverts that all 4 of us are, we were just looking at each other like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So we ended up just going to get some dinner, which is super cool. We had some like falafel and stuff like that, which is awesome. And what did we do after that? After that, we went to find some ice cream. Like, we got some dessert or whatever, and somehow, some way, the ice cream ended up being in the middle of a club. So we had to literally show our IDs just to get some freaking ice cream. And next to the ice cream shop was this really small record shop. So I ended up, getting a random vinyl, because I'm a new vinyl enthusiast now. I have like my little record player at home and stuff like that. I've been trying to build my little collection, and you guys, somehow, some way, God blessed me with Anita Baker's Rapture album on vinyl for 15 bucks. My heart is literally full. Like, I was so freaking excited. All 4 of us were like pressed against the glass window looking at all of the records that this little store had, just like, look over there, there's MF Doom, oh my gosh, they have Sade. We were literally just like kids in a candy store. The record shop, I think, was actually closed when we got there, but for some reason they allowed me to like go in. Like, I'd like just ask politely, like, hey, can I go ahead and buy a record? I know you guys are like all dark inside, but I really just want to buy one. I already knew, as soon as I walked in, I already knew it was going to be the Anita Baker one, because I saw it from like the outside window. So yeah, the night was fun. I'm super glad that I decided to go out, and yeah, it's been really great spending time with like my sisters and everything like that. You guys know that they're here visiting from California. I mentioned it in like one of my last videos, and it's just been really great like spending time with them and like building these kind of like memories and stuff like that with them. So anyway, yeah. So now that we're all done with the hair portion, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into like the makeup part of this video. I am gonna be talking about the steps for the makeup, because there are some changes going on with like my makeup process right now. I recently watched Patrick Starr's and Ariel's makeup tutorial that they did on Patrick's channel, and I literally was just like taking notes, you know, because Ariel's like his style of makeup is definitely like, you know, an inspiration for me. I just love the way that he does skin. It's just, you know, it's flawless. So I was literally just learning so many gems, you know, from that one tutorial, and it's long. Like that tutorial is just, I was looking at the comments for that specific video, and someone said like, this is an expensive tutorial, and it's so true. Like the amount of information that Ariel gave about his process is just insanity. So if you haven't seen Patrick Starr's and Ariel's like makeup tutorial together, definitely I highly recommend that you go check it out, because there are so many good tips that he like dropped like in that video, like so many. He's so descriptive and detailed. That's like why he decided to use specific products and like, you know, his process and everything like that. So yeah, anyway, I was supposed to be talking about like the steps I was taking, but I'm like literally spending all this time trying to like bigging up this video. So yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm doing like my concealer and stuff. I've been using a concealer that's slightly lighter these days, maybe like a shade lighter than what I used to go with. And I'm trying to learn how to be more intentional with the placement of my concealer. I did use one of my favorites though. It's the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer. As always, I'm gonna put all of the information for the products that I use down below in the description box. So if you have any questions, just make sure to check there. Once I had my concealer on, I went ahead and added my liquid blush. I'm using a mixture of 2 different shades from Rare Beauty, and I'm not really entirely sure what the shades are off the top of my head, but again, I'll make sure to put all of that stuff in the description box. But I have been wanting to get back into using like liquid blush underneath my powder blushes, because it does make my blush like last a whole lot longer. It's definitely a step that I saw that Ariel took when he was doing Patrick's makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and start setting everything with powder. I've been obsessed with powder puffs. Like if you have not gotten into powder puffs, girl, let me tell you, like powder puffs are the way of the future. Like it's not that dramatic, but it is like, it's definitely been a game changer for me. I love powder puffs. Like it's so hard not to say Powerpuff Girls, but it's like, but powder puffs are definitely have been like my thing these days. I've been loving a good powder puff, especially those super soft ones. The one that I'm using throughout this video is actually from my local beauty supply store. It was like $2 or something like that for like a pack of 2, and they're incredibly soft. Some of them are softer than like some of my high-end powder puffs. So if you're looking for like, you know, a good one, kind of test out, you know, to see if you like it or not, definitely check your local beauty supply store. Obsessed with powder puffs. I have everything set now. I'm gonna go ahead and start going into bronzer. I use the Ace Beaaute Bronze in Paradise bronzer palette, and I went in with the, not the darkest shade, but like the shade before that. I'm not gonna go too crazy with bronzer. I feel like that's one thing that I'm trying to get out of is, you know, going heavy with like my bronzer. I wanna kind of practice doing more of like subtle, you know, trying to tone it all down and stuff. So I didn't go in with as much bronzer as I typically do, because I did use a cream bronzer underneath my powder bronzer. So I feel like I didn't need as much powder bronzer anyway. Same thing with the blush. Like I went for less blush this time around because I have that liquid blush underneath. So I don't need to use as much product for my powder blush because I have like that, you know, base underneath it to, you know, give me a little bit of extra color. So after my blush, I went ahead and baked the under eyes. And again, I'm using that powder puff there. I'm pretty much taking the powder all the way to the sides of the nose, and I'm also gonna go in with some powder on the bridge of the nose to snatch all of that up. Then while that is baking, I'm gonna do my brows. Now Ariel, he does his brows before foundation. I like to do my brows after foundation. And I'm going in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade number 5. One thing that I really took away from when he was doing his brows on Patrick was to treat your brows on a like case by case basis. Like, it's so true too, because my brow on the left side, it needs to be filled in very differently from my right brow. So I definitely learned to approach brows like case by case. Like, not everyone's brows look the same, need like shading in the same places. So make sure that when you're applying your brow products that you're going based off of what works best for your particular brow in that moment. Brows are done. I went ahead and added a little bit of concealer on the under part of the brow just to, you know, clean it up a little bit more. And I also added that same concealer onto the lid space, so to like prep for shadow and stuff. I didn't use an eyeshadow primer today. I'm just gonna use that concealer. So I wanted to make sure to add that there while I was like, you know, carving underneath the brow. And to finish up the skin, I'm gonna go in with some highlighter. And again, I'm using a much lighter amount of highlighter, not going in with too much as like I usually do. It's still there, it's still beaming, you know what I mean? Like, I love a good highlight on the nose, but still using like less product than what I normally would. My goal for this video was to use less product, for everything to be like just a little bit more subtle, and just to practice using like a softer touch when it comes to the skin. I feel like I'm okay in that respect when it comes to the eyes, but I feel like that's like something that I need to practice more when it comes to skin. Yeah, now we're gonna go in with the eyes. The eyes are pretty simple. I pretty much just use my bronzer first as like my first eyeshadow color, and then I use a little bit of a warm tones, like darker brown from the Too Faced Teddy Bear palette, and I went ahead and added that color to the outer corner, and then I used the darkest brown from that same palette to create like a fox eye wing on the inner portion of the eye. And that's pretty much all I did for shadow. The same bronzer and like warm tones like brown that I put in the outer corner, I added that to the lower lash line too. So now we're gonna start building our crystal liner here. I found these little crystals at Michael's. They're Swarovski, like the flat back ones. I don't wanna say it's matte. It's more of like a, should I say pearl or finish? I think it's more of like a pearl, because it still has like a little bit of shine, but it's not like, you know, as beaming as like their typical Swarovski crystals. But I really love the color of these, and it kind of matched my shirt that I was wearing, so I was like, you know, we gonna use them. And I pretty much just like shaped the crystals into a like liner on the outer corner. I placed a little bit of lash glue onto the skin first, and then I just went in with my crystals right on top into like the shape that I was going for this liner. I also used some itty bitty pearl little thingies on the crease of the eye to kind of continue the shape that I was going for. And I added 3 of those little pearls onto the lower lash line on the inner corner. Then from there, I went in with some eyeliner on the waterline, just like a beige color. Some mascara. I used a new mascara from MAC. I just got it in PR, so that's the reason why I'm like, I think it's new, but I could be wrong. But any mascara works really well. It's just to, you know, prep the lashes for my false ones. The lashes that I'm using today are from Brat Inc. These are in the style As If. They've been like a favorite of mine. And yeah, so I'm gonna pop those babies on with some tweezers. And that's pretty much it for the eyes. Super simple, but still has like a really, you know, like nice impact. I really love this eye look. It was so easy. Super simple eyeshadow, and it's just all about the crystals. So as long as you know how to put on some lash glue on your eyelid and place some crystals down, like you're good to go. Right after that, I'm just gonna go ahead and start filling in my lips. I lined using an LA Girl lip liner. I believe it's in the shade brown. Then filled in the lips using the Over Cosmetics Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Bel Air. For gloss, I used a mixture of Clueless and Hun from Jordana Tisia Cosmetics. They are a small black owned brand, I believe from the UK. I'm obsessed with their glosses, they're so good. So I mixed like two of those colors together to kind of get this lip combo. And that's pretty much it for the makeup look. I went ahead and did my hair right after. I was kind of like unsure about how I was gonna go about doing my hair because I was kind of loving like this natural loose wave that was going on, but I still wanted to like style my hair. So I pulled some bangs to the front, and for the rest of the hair, I'm gonna pull it into like a half up, half down style first. And then the hair that I have left over, I'm gonna gather everything together and put it in another ponytail at the nape of the neck. So it kind of looks like I have a low ponytail. That was kind of like the goal for today's hair. I was just like, I just want to put it in like a ponytail of some sort. So this is kind of like what I came up with. And then to frame the face, kind of give it more of like that, you know, feminine look, you know, I just went ahead and curled those little pieces of hair that I brought to the front. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of the look down below in the comments. This is definitely going up there in like my top favorite looks. So I hope you guys enjoyed. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and all of the information for this hair is going to be down below in the description box if you guys have any questions, as well as for the products that I use for the makeup. But thank you again for watching, guys. I love you, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.